for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Politics is often described as a game of optics, where every action or inaction speaks volumes. In a moment brimming with symbolism, a Republican lawmaker's husband made headlines by refusing to shake Kamala Harris's hand during what should have been a routine exchange of pleasantries. This small but loaded gesture captured the divisiveness of modern American politics, serving as a stark reminder of the growing cultural and ideological rift that colors even the most mundane political rituals.
The undersigned, Deb Fisher and Amy Klobuchar, tellers on the part of the Senate, and Brian Steele and Joseph Morelle, tellers on the part of the House of Representatives, report the following as the result of the ascertainment and counting of the electoral vote for President and Vice President of the United States for the term beginning on the 20th day of January, 2025.
The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
As Harris stood before the nation to certify the results of the 2024 presidential election, the gravity of the moment was palpable. Here was a sitting vice president tasked with officially declaring the end of her party's control over the executive branch. The formality of her words masked the sting of defeat, but her unwavering professionalism highlighted the importance of the peaceful transfer of power, a cornerstone of American democracy, even in an era of hyper-partisanship.
Well, today was obviously a very important day, and it was about what should be the norm and what the American people should be able to take for granted, which is that one of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power.
Trump calls today a big moment in history, and it's also the end of an era, the Obama era.
Harris's statement was a subtle yet powerful reminder of the resilience of democratic institutions, even as they are tested by polarization. Her acknowledgement of the day's importance, both symbolically and historically, underscored the stakes of the moment. At the same time, Trump's characterization of the event as the close of the Obama era signaled the broader implications of this transition, framing it as a political and cultural reset.
A Democratic strategist says you can just smell it in the air, a deep sense of betrayal among Democrat voters, and an underlying realization that the Democratic Party's Politburo sold voters a bill of goods, the gaslighting of the public on Biden's decrepitude, the false idol of the Kamala Harris's campaign of joy, and the repeated cowering to the far left.
This scathing critique from within her own party highlighted the fractures that have grown beneath the surface. For Harris, the loss wasn't just about electoral defeat. It was a reflection of broader dissatisfaction among voters who felt disconnected from the promises made by Democratic leadership. The strategist's pointed words laid bare the internal reckoning the party now faces.
Chuck Schumer staged a photo op on Father's Day grilling burgers and dogs to show he's connected to average working families. Schumer got his one daughter a cushy job at Facebook, and his other daughter's a lobbyist for Amazon.
Moments like these expose the difficulty politicians face in proving their authenticity to the public. Schumer's attempt to appear relatable backfired when critics highlighted the privileged positions of his own family members. These kinds of public missteps reflect the broader perception that many in the Democratic establishment have grown out of touch with the voters they claim to represent.
There's a simple, basic rule of politics is voters want an election about them. They don't want an election about you or your opponent. And for too much, we lost that. I lost it myself. We made it about Trump, and we didn't make it about voters.
This candid reflection from a political insider captures the heart of the Democrats' struggles in 2024. Harris's campaign, along with her party's broader strategy, appeared to focus too much on opposing Trump rather than addressing the concerns of everyday Americans. This failure to connect left many voters feeling disillusioned and disengaged, a miscalculation that cost them dearly.
This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected, President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January, 2025, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the House and the Senate.
While procedural in nature, Harris's announcement carried profound significance. By certifying the results, she affirmed the durability of America's democratic framework, even in the face of political turmoil. Her composure throughout this process stood as a testament to the strength of institutional norms, though it could not erase the sting of what the announcement meant for her and her party.
The resistance will regroup eventually, and they'll definitely throw more than a snowball. But this presidency is about to start with a bang.
This pointed observation reveals the heightened stakes of the moment. With Trump poised to re-enter the White House, the challenges ahead for Harris and the Democrats are clear. The refusal of a handshake is just one small piece of the larger picture, but it encapsulates the entrenched divisions that define modern American politics.
Trump's expecting no shenanigans over his nominations. The Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, privately told Trump that Hegseth already has the votes to be confirmed at the Pentagon.
Even as the Trump administration prepares to hit the ground running, the lingering question remains: how will the Democrats regroup in the face of such a strong Republican resurgence? Moments like Harris's certification of the vote serve as a somber reminder of the party's internal challenges and the obstacles they face in reclaiming political momentum. Harris's journey during this pivotal moment serves as both a reflection of her commitment to democracy and a sobering example of the challenges facing her party. Her actions in certifying the election results underscored the importance of upholding institutional norms, even in the face of personal and political adversity. Yet, as insiders like Chuck Schumer and strategists within her own party have pointed out, the Democratic leadership must face hard truths about their missteps. The party's inability to connect with working-class voters, coupled with a strategy that prioritized opposing Trump over championing the needs of everyday Americans, has left it at a crossroads. Harris's composure during her announcement may have symbolized the strength of the office, but it also served as a reminder of the work yet to be done. As one strategist aptly put it,
We made it about Trump, and we didn't make it about voters.
this moment calls for reflection, not just for Harris, but for her party as a whole. As the Democrats regroup, the question looms: can they rebuild trust with voters in time for the next election cycle? Will gestures like a handshake, or the refusal of one, continue to define the political landscape? Or can meaningful dialogue and connection take center stage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.